The prosecution did not prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. And so think back to what the defense said. If you don't believe the prosecution's theory about how she died, folks, that's reasonable doubt. That means there might be another theory out there. Yeah. And that's why reasonable doubt becomes so important.
I don't care about that. I want this other question answered to how could I live with myself? How could I not go there and say, this is where she is. We've got to pay her proper respects. We've got to have a burial. We've got to have her final rites. We've got to have a service. We've got to have a priest there to say goodbye to my loved one. How do you do that? How do you allow that to happen? She knew it.
This is why you shouldn't have been on that jury, and it's a good thing you weren't. That is emotion. That's not the law. That's emotion.
I don't care about that. I want this other question answered tonight. She's going to have a life walking around like you and I. How does she have that life?
Prosecution did not prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. That to happen, she knew it.
This is why you shouldn't have been on that jury. And it's
what happened in that mother's mind. Casey Anthony knew, all right? He knew her daughter was discarded somewhere and yet did nothing about it. Did zero.
She wasn't charged with that.
I know she wasn't charged with that. What I don't understand is what happened in that mother's mind.
That's reasonable doubt.
I don't understand reasonable doubt. I don't care about that. She's going to have a life. How does she have that life? I don't care about that reasonable doubt.
Dancing tonight. The devil is dancing tonight.